It's time to go back to class, and WTOL 11 wants to help you get your kids ready for school. It's a new year, but the COVID threat hasn't ended. Just when things seem to be getting better, well, then they get worse. Helping your kids get motivated for the new school year, former Marine and mental toughness expert Eric Rittmeyer joins us this morning with some ways to put your kids at ease when it comes to getting back to class. Good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Man, that's great to see you. Thanks for having me back again.
Absolutely. So this year, we thought that things might be normal, but now we're hearing that not so fast. Kids might be wearing masks again. They want folks to get vaccinated. And what does that mean for masks and all of that? So how do we talk to our kids about this?
I think where this all starts, Amanda, is at the most base foundation of this is letting our kids know that 100% of their feelings are okay. If they're sad, if they're anxious, if they're stressed, 100% of their feelings are okay. It's how they respond to those feelings that's important. We need to give them tips and tools. As adults, we've experienced this, right? So through life, we've been through all this. We have the mental capacity to handle it. Our kids don't have that. Let them know their feelings are real, then give them ways to articulate how they feel.
Yeah, I think sometimes we think, especially with maybe the high school students, we think, well, they're close to being adults. They should, be more on our level, but we know that their brains aren't fully developed until they're like in their mid-20s. So they still have, plenty room yet to grow and to learn. So we have to still be there to support them. So can we use facts to help back up, what it is that they're feeling and how to get through that?
I said that it's, we want to let them know 100% of their feelings are okay. Let them realize that. But we also have to let them know just because they feel something doesn't mean it's real. So instead of letting their feelings and go out and try to find facts, this is called confirmation bias. What we need to help them do is say, okay, this is how you feel. Let's find facts that will either confirm how you feel, or maybe you say, what, this isn't a good feeling that you have right now. Maybe it's not based on anything that's real. So instead of them feeling something and automatically assuming it's real, they feel something. Let's find facts. Let's guide them through that so we can make certain that what they're feeling is in line with what's really happening.
And then we need to make sure that we're talking to them and answering and asking questions that are at their age level, because I think many times we're used to talking to adults about this situation.
Yeah, this is age specific, Amanda, so we don't need to try to explain quantum physics to our 5-year-old if they just ask us a basic question, right? Not that I could explain quantum physics anyway, but what we need to do is say, okay, answer their questions and let them ask the follow-ups. We don't have to keep going and going and going. Let them ask the question, answer it, be honest with them. Our kids are amazing emotional detectives. They can see right through us. They know what we're feeling, if we're happy, if we're sad. Don't try to lie to them, be honest, but answer the questions on their level.
When we tell them to talk about their feelings and how they're feeling about things, it's probably important to also help them establish an emotional vocabulary as well.
Yes, I call this a feelings vocabulary, Amanda. And this is not just for kids, this is for adults as well. So when they feel something, help them to recognize what it is, then define it and label that feeling. So when they're sensing that, when they get that vibe again, they know how to respond to it. So identify it. Instead of saying, I'm angry or I'm upset, give them some tools to say, I'm upset because, or when this happens, this makes me anxious. Give them this vocabulary they can use so when they get put in these situations, which they're going to be put in for the rest of their lives, life is tough, right? This gives them tips for how to handle these things in the future.
Yeah, this is the beginning for them, and unfortunately this is one heck of a curveball we're giving these kids, and it's they're trying to learn, they're trying to get through school, and they have to deal with this on top of it. But as you mentioned, we have to be honest with them and be realistic about what the situation is.
Yeah, again, they see through us, Amanda, so we can't be totally despondent or come across in this total disarray, but we do have to be honest with them. And again, we need to let them know that, hey, as an adult, I get afraid sometimes too. I get anxious sometimes too, but this is how I handle it. And this goes back to Marine Corps 101 when I learned when I was in the Corps. It's lead by example. So again, be honest with them, but give them and show them how we handle things. Because again, as parents, we want to shield our kids from pain, physical, mental, emotional. But what we're doing right now is giving them tips and tools that they're going to use for the rest of their lives.
Yeah, sounds good. Great suggestions this morning, Eric. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Amanda, it's great seeing you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, me too. Take care.